I feel like if you're gonna be an entrepreneur.
Cool. Yeah. Back again after a little blip. The Samsung camera wasn't going to be kind to us.
Yeah, no, we need
only Apple made it.
Bro, when they've got one.
That was dead. You can't even do no VR stuff on Apple. Like, you can't even watch this episode on your phone.
That's true.
That's
bro, when Apple are sending me and him free stuff,
yeah.
you won't be laughing then. You'll be like,
I will, because it'll still be crap stuff anyway. So, but
at least
talking about over the break, well, luckily no one heard, so we're gonna get over that. But over the break, we're talking about personal finance, and since you guys are Apple customers, I don't think you're in the best place to talk about personal finance.
Probably not. No.
But we're gonna talk about it anyway. First of all, what is the most common question people ask you about personal finance?
How can I save? How do I save? I think there's two elements. How do I save? And people have become much more clued up about their credit. Mm-hmm. So I think those are the two elements. And I think when I look at I see a lot of people giving advice online when it comes to personal finance. And I think everyone tries to give advice which is like a one-size-fits-all. Mm. And unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. You can read a book and it can give you a sense of perspective, but no one-size-fits-all. Yeah. And I think when you're giving finance advice, personal advice, it has to be personal finance advice. It's in the flipping term itself. Yeah. And so I think the two elements that most people come to me about is how can I save, because they feel like they're shit at saving, and how can they improve their credit. And those are the two areas that tend to come.
So what do you tell them to do? How do I save? If I came and I asked you, how do I save? What you tell
I try to understand your situation, try to understand your circumstances, how much you're making. I ask a lot of questions. I think you need to probe before you answer.
So it wouldn't come straight.
No. I'm always the type of person where no two people are the same. So I need to understand the person before I give them anything personal to them. So I'd want to know, what your setup is like, what your circumstances, you living at home, you living out, where you working, how much you earning, what's your lifestyle like, all these little factors you need to take in consideration before you can be like, this way of saving might be best suited to you. Yeah. Like me, I'm very, very astute. I have a spreadsheet. So,
of what you spend every month?
I have a spreadsheet for what I spend, how much I want to save, my outgoings, everything. So
serious?
As soon as I get paid, I've got everything documented, and I've got the last 12 months graphed out, and I've got a comparison in terms of this is what I did last 12 months to this 12 months. So I'm very astute like that. Wow. But some people don't need that.
So you'll be able to find out stuff like I spent £10 on sweets this month and things like that.
To some extent, like there's certain things that are trivial that I don't worry about. Like I'll give myself an allowance for certain things. So like I think what most people do when they save, they punish themselves. They save to make they see saving as a sacrifice and therefore punish themselves. But saving is the most foundation level of generating a capital or growing your capital. Is the most simplest way of doing so, but you shouldn't punish yourself for doing so. It's like if you're earning, say, £1,500, and your outgoings are say £800, but that you want to enjoy life in between. So then you've got to give yourself scope in terms of what is a reasonable amount to save, while as well you can still enjoy yourself, but maybe cut down on maybe how much you enjoy yourself in some areas, so you can save a bit more. Yeah. And I always tell people, if you're going to save on a regular basis, give yourself a saving break. You don't need to save the same amount every month. You can take a month off, and maybe a summer month where you're going to be going out for drinks more, linking gal more, wherever may be the case.
You don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Doing what you got to do in it. Like even your birthday month for that amount. Give yourself a saving month break. And in that way you can at least account for things. And it's little things like that, but you've got to take it based on them as a person, because some people are unfortunately bad at saving because they're very loose with money. I
feel that's where maybe your relationship with money, and a really good book that I keep saying every time is The Richest Man in Babylon.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like when they said you might make, like you said, 1,500 in a month, but at the end it's all gone, and that means you've paid everyone else except yourself. So when you start looking at saving as paying yourself. That's when I feel like your, perspective on money might actually
definitely
change.
Like for me, it's like I booked a holiday last year, which was like about £1,500, and rather than like doing the whole credit thing, I had £1,500 saved. So I paid off the holiday outright, and then I mapped out how much I need to allocate back to myself. So I basically paid myself back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So then by the time my holiday came, I had recouped the money that I laid out, so I wasn't necessarily in a deficit. And I think sometimes is you got to use different tools. I think sometimes I say saving is 50% tools, 50% discipline. And without the discipline, the tools are worthless. And without the tools, and if you've got the discipline, you sometimes need the tools to kind of help you go along the way. And it's vice versa. But people just need to personalize it to themselves. And I think sometimes they go and see advice online or they see it in a blog, but it's not personal to them. And I think when it comes to money, money is a very sensitive matter. Money, it changes. Next month, you earn probably different to what he earns. You know, I earn probably something different to what you earn. And you've got to take in these different variables that I live out, you may live with your mum and dad kind of thing. You know, there's different things you need to account for. And I think that's where you can stand and get a bit more of an understanding of how you should save. And it's rather than thinking that I need to save every pound and not have any fun, that's just stupid. Like, you're just going to end up having a very depressing life. And you're just not going to, you need to live life for the present as well.
YOLO. You only live once,
Literally.
right?
No, literally, but save for it. Yeah, man. It's interesting about striking that balance. Like, I've met so many people that just spunk all their money away fast, and it's like they're unhappy, and you get this mentality of just like, I can't just save all my money because I'll be really unhappy. You have to spend to be happy.
Again, it's
so
your punishing yourself. Yeah, it's again, it's striking that balance. It's sometimes knowing how to gratify yourself without it being indulgence. And I think is again, balance is, I guess, the word. Do you know what I mean?
Hashtag balance.
Like, balance in everything you do. And I think when you are saving, you need to be able to strike a balance as well. And even with your credit as well, you know, you don't need to do stupid things to get good credit. And people don't know these little mechanisms. And I think we are in the information and access to information but we now need to utilize the information we have access to. And I think that's where people like ourselves are the new gateway, or we're the new flag bearers now, where we can be like, follow this direction, follow that direction. Everyone has the same access to information, but you need someone to kind of lead that charge. And I think that's where people like ourselves and other people as well can then do that, so that the younger generation can at least thrive, or even our peers.
Exactly. Definitely. This generation definitely needs all the help it can get.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like you can start small. Like, everyone wants to do things on a grand scale. Like, you can do something grand by changing one person's life, and they'll remember you for a lifetime.
Yeah.
You can try to do it for 100 people. 100 people may not remember you, but that one person can remember you for a lifetime. And that's how you got to look at it sometimes. Scale it. Start small, then scale up.
Quality over quantity, basically.
It's inspirational, man.
No, literally, I think I went through this transition where I was so money hungry when I was like from 18 to 21. It was like money, work. And then I went through like a phase where I just hit like this breaking point due to personal circumstances. And it just kind of made me reevaluate how I look at everything, people, money. And now it's like so many people are willing to put, you know, pounds over people, where now it's like I'm trying to put the people over the pound. And it's just, that's my mentality now. But then you got some people that are so money hungry, and I rate them because they're scaling so quickly, and they're accumulating a lot, but they're a bit hollow inside. Yeah. You know, and you think, all right, cool, is it worth it now? You know, you've been able to save that house deposit, but you've got no one to live in that house with.
Fellas, Valentine's alone. Oh my god. That's me. I'm not even gonna lie. What are you guys doing for Valentine's?
I've changed it. I've switched it up. I'm not celebrating Valentine's Day. I'm saying basically what I'm doing. Yeah, I've created my own day. 15th of February is Treat Yourself Day.
Singles Day.
That sounds like my kind of day.
You know what I mean? So love thyself. Love thyself. So 15th of February, I'm gonna love myself.
Hey, listen, I might have to jump on that bandwagon. Cause boy, 14th gonna be hella quiet.
I ain't even mad, but you know, if people enjoy it, do you know what I mean? It's there for a reason. Show some affection to your partner. But me, on the 15th, I'm gonna love myself.
Yeah. And on that bombshell, we're gonna have to end the episode. So thank you very much, Ceepz, for coming through.
Thank you so much, man. It was a pleasure coming, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
Gotta put that handshake in the end. So yeah, if you haven't, check out Finding Your Forte on SoundCloud,
iTunes. Follow me on Twitter at Ceepz. That's CWPZ. You can follow the Forte at the Forte UK. But yeah, SoundCloud, iTunes, all them good things there.
Yeah, and subscribe to all our stuff at